And so for question 3, this is an application of the previous question. We're just kind of doing a visualization of it. So we want to write an equation, right? So just always follow the directions, right? A lot of times students will lose points because the teachers are pretty anal. It says write an equation. You didn't write an equation, you didn't follow the instructions. And then we want to solve the equation to determine the missing angle lengths. Angle lengths is kind of a weird word, being honest with each other. So one thing that we always want to do, especially when we're starting out in geometry or many maths in general, just write some equation. Take what we can see and try to write this now algebraically. So I could see that these two angles together create a right angle. In the language of question 2, it would mean that angle 1 and angle 2 are complementary angles. So if I take this angle and if I take that angle, they're complements. So we should be able to add them up and get 90 degrees. So if we're being really technical, we could say that the measure of angle 1 plus the measure of angle 2 should be 90 degrees. This little m just means the measurement of, or it's the total number of degrees that are contained in angle 1. Well, then what do we know? We know that the measure of angle 1, we're told is x, and we're told that the measure of angle 2 is equal to 2x. So let's throw those pieces of information in. X plus 2x is equal to 90. All right, so we're adding x and 2x. Be careful when we combine like terms. We don't change the exponent or the variable at all. I have 1x and I have 2 more x's, so I have 3 x's in total. So now, if we're trying to solve for x, this is 3 times x. We want to undo that multiplication. We could do it by dividing. So if I divide this side by 3, I have to divide the other side by 3. So then x equals 30 in this question. Right, so we would know that the measure of angle 1, because it was equal to x, is 30 degrees. The measure of angle 2, because it's 2 times x, or 2 times 30, is going to be 60 degrees. You could see that if you add up those two equations, you're going to get 90 degrees like we thought. So this question would be nice and done. You can call this a right angle, just because that's what it's called. And the equation would be the one that I wrote up there. If we took this idea to question B, question letter B, same sort of idea. We have this visual. I have angle 3, I have angle 4. We could see that they form a straight line together. If I add them up like that, I should get 180 degrees, aka they're supplementary angles. Always a good plan to reinforce definitions in geometry. Spoilers, there's a ton of definitions in geometry. So we might create a model equation as the measure of angle 3 plus the measure of angle 4 is going to equal 180 degrees. Now, just like we did in the previous question, let's plug in what we know. The measure of angle 3, we're told, is equal to y. The measure of angle 4, we're told, is equal to y plus 40. So I have y plus 40, and this should equal 180 degrees. Again, we can combine like terms. I have y and another y. So I have 2 y's. I have nothing that I can add on to this 40 on the left side. So 2y plus 40 equal to 180 degrees. I'm going to steal this and kind of write it over here. All right, so then now we want to undo PEMDAS, the order of operations, parentheses, exponents, multiplication, division, addition, and subtraction. So to undo PEMDAS, we kind of work in reverse. We undo addition or subtraction first. So let's undo that addition of 40 by subtracting 40. Right, so now we want to undo multiplication or division next, right? There's 2y, 2 times y. So let's divide both sides by 2. And then we're going to get y is equal to 70 degrees. So in ABC, right, it's called sometimes called a straight angle. We have the definition here. So we have, equation down here. So we're going to get, where's that? A y plus 40 is 180. So we know that since y is equal to 70, angle 3 is going to be 70 degrees. Since y was equal to 70, angle 4 is going to be 70 plus 40. That's going to be 110 degrees. And then once again, you could check this if you wanted. 70 degrees plus 110 degrees most definitely adds up to the 180 that we were shooting for.